It's not a complete fucking spanner. But hope springs eternal and all that jazz.
That's it. Well, obviously I'm frontline now and that.
Ooh, look at me.
So, yeah.
I don't know what that means. No, I do.
Ambulance.
I do know what that means.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Sunday League Effect. For those of you who have been here before, hello. Sorry we've been on a bit of a hiatus again.
I think we should just stop apologising.
Yeah, you know what I said to myself earlier? I wasn't going to apologise for it. I have. If you're new to us and just discovering us, please comment, like, subscribe. Come say hello to us. We're very easy to talk to, or at least I am anyway. Mike's a bit miserable.
I'm not.
But we're going to bring you a nice, easy episode today. A bit of easy watching. But we'll kick off with Mike. How you been, mate? How you doing?
I've been alright, mate. I'm trying to think. Our last episode. I think our last episode was in 2025.
Yeah,
I've done one on my own.
We recorded.
Yeah.
And it
went out on New Year's Day or in between.
The one that from our Zoom call.
Oh yeah, I didn't tell you about that. So we did try and record one in the new year on like the 2nd or the 3rd. We were both working away, so we did it remotely. And because we're both not very smart,
technical,
something went wrong, and you got nothing. So apologies for that. But we are back, and it's a good time to be back, especially as a West Ham fan. Because we've won a couple of games.
You guys are on a little bit of a run, aren't we?
We are, but unfortunately for us, so is Forest, so is Burnley.
Yeah.
Leeds will probably beat Everton tonight. But I said this to Jamie, I said this to my eldest the other day, but all we can do is focus on winning our games and getting points. That's all we can do. It might be a little bit too late, and like I said during the previous episode, I fully expect us still to go down because of how poor we were for so long. We thoroughly deserve to go down.
Yeah.
We've conceded the most goals in the league. We lost 3-0 to Wolves, and we lost 3-0 to Brentford. We've shipped goals. We've not had a clean sheet. Areola's not had a clean sheet all year. We had one clean sheet in the
whole season.
We had one clean sheet all season, and that was Mads Hermansen against Nottingham Forest in the first fixture when Nuno was Forest manager.
Yeah.
We don't look like keeping a clean sheet. Even against Sunderland at the weekend, we were all over them, dominated the game.
Yeah.
And they still managed to get a goal.
They still
another headed goal as well. We concede far too many headed goals. So,
do you have a short defence?
No, we just have ones that can't head the ball. Oh. And they do look slightly better now that we've gone to a 2 in Mavropanos and to Debo, but the frailties are still there. And the what's the word? I'm thinking of the word.
I don't know where you're going.
The method for beating us is there for all to see. Like it's already in place.
Right, yeah.
So it's not. There's no need to deviate from a plan that works. Put balls into the box, and eventually you're going to score.
Absolutely. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's football 101, isn't it?
Yeah. So although I don't think the relegation race is fully spent and done,
no, it's still a battle going.
It is pretty much signed, sealed, delivered. But I did say a few weeks ago, and I still stand by it, the likes of Leeds, Brentford and Sunderland will be pulled closer to that bottom 3.
Yeah.
Because the difference is so big, because of the start to the season, the likes of Brentford, Sunderland and Leeds had that massive upturn in performance right when we plummeted and Burnley stopped scoring. The gap's too big, I think, but they'll still be pulled into it and there'll still be excitement. But the real excitement's at the top of the table anyway. No one really cares about a relegation race. Even the teams that are down there. Yeah. All 3 of the teams that are down there, West Ham, Burnley and Wolves, we've all semi-accepted our fates.
Yeah, you sort of already know where you're going.
So,
which is crazy.
Well, I said this to someone I was working with the other day when it was before Wolves beat us. It was when they drew Man United. I think they drew Man United the week before. And he's a Man United fan. I said to him, I was like, Rob Edwards has the easiest job in world football at the minute. Yeah. Because there's no expectation at Wolves. They've already hit rock bottom. They hadn't won up until that point. They'd only had 2 points.
Yep.
Like, he can literally say to the Wolves, just go out and do better than what you done last week. Go out and have fun. Give the fans something to cheer about. There's no expectation. And if you hear it on TalkSport, you hear it all over social media. Wolves are as good as down.
Yeah. So all they need to do is just play good football that the fans go, at least we're playing good football. Because most of the fans, like yourself, have just accepted the fact that you are going
Yeah,
down.
resign to your fate.
So just enjoy it. Just make it enjoyable football.
Yeah.
Don't go out there and get battered 5-0 every week.
Well, that's the thing. Wolves aren't the worst team in the Premier League.
No.
I know they are sitting bottom, but they aren't the worst team. And if you watch them play, they're definitely not the worst team in the Premier League. They were 100 to 1 to stay up.
Yeah.
Or whichever way around it is. That's been slashed to 50 to 1 now because of the upturn performances.
Wow.
Burnley's 25 to 1.
Yeah.
And West Ham are floating somewhere between odds on.
Really?
I think so.
Stay up. Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, to go down.
Oh, to go down.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I can't remember. Look at the odds. But basically, there's a lot of movers and shakers down there, and don't be surprised to see the relegation race ramp up a little bit. I found out today, or it was a reminder today, that there could be a 6-pointer last game of the season because Leeds travel to West Ham. And if Leeds drop like I feel they will eventually, and if West Ham can perform some kind of miracle and keep up appearances, there's a few free hits. Like we got Chelsea at the weekend, that's a free hit. No one expects anything from that game.
But if you get a result out of it, like that's
it's
great.
All about consistency.
Yeah.
Like 3 games on the bounce we won. Yes, QPR, then Spurs, and now Sunderland. Just keep on trucking, keep on getting points, and then you can hope that other teams will slip up.
What you want to do is you want to be able to walk away from most of your games, even the free hitters. If you can walk away with a point, you're laughing.
Yeah, well, we needed, I think when I looked at it from the last 18 games of the season, we needed 7 wins. We only had 3 up until that point. We've already got 2 more. So we're just under a third of the way.
Just got to wait and see, haven't you? Like, the hope's not completely gone.
Speaking of hope,
90%.
Speaking of hope, did you see the game last night?
The
Arsenal United game.
So
surely they can't slip up again. Surely not. Surely.
I saw it up until 2-1, and then I was working, so I couldn't watch any more of it. And I thought to myself, watching that Arsenal team, I was like, that's not a team that deserves to win.
No, I mean, it's
like, they're a good team. They play good football.
We need to talk about their output. They don't score enough goals. They score from set pieces. Like, no one's talking about Saka's poor output. His
0 and 13 games in all competitions.
That's 0. There's goals and assists, right?
I don't know. I only said goals.
Just goals?
Yeah, I only said goals.
His assists have dropped off a cliff.
Yep.
Gyökeres, as much as I've praised him, I've been on the what's the word? I've been on the smaller scale. People giving him praise for what he's bringing to Arsenal because he's fundamentally bought to score goals. He can't score goals in the Premier League.
Also
it's quite clearly. Yeah, he looks like an average player.
Yep.
And their best striker is Mikel Merino.
Yep.
Gabriel Jesus is I like Gabriel Jesus, but he's not gonna win a title for you.
No. He's a good player. He's got talent, but he's not talented enough to do that.
It's very similar. It's not the same, but it's very similar because we're talking about holes in squads, and there was a lot of talk about Liverpool having holes in their squad after spending 400 odd million in the summer. How can that be? But the same must be said for Arsenal. You bought players specifically to fill the gaps to get you over the line, and by all intents and purposes, it looks like they still will.
Yeah.
Is it 4 points?
4 points.
4 points above Villa and 4 points above City, but City is still
4.
But yeah, they're still playing a game of tennis. They lost midweek to Bodo Glimt, was poor, and then they beat Wolves.
Yeah.
Then they'll probably lose midweek Champions League again, and win the Premier League game at the weekend. Like, they've had no consistency. That will happen. They will get a run of games where they win 4, 5, 6 in a row.
Yeah.
Arsenal need to be either through this part where they're sort of stuttering, or in a run themselves.
They've got to be building that gap back up.
Exactly.
They can't leave it as it is because 4 points is not enough.
No, Man City have been there and done it.
Yep.
Arsenal haven't. So it's the fear of messing up will start to set in. Like, Arsenal don't have winners in their team.
No.
They might be strong enough to win stuff, but they haven't done it.
No.
So
who in that team's won a Premier League?
None of them.
No, I don't mean obviously not with Arsenal.
Well, Jesus.
Yeah, and then
that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it.
And that's what I mean. Like, they don't have people that have experienced the win of this, the fear of.
Well, Premier League definitely is the only one.
Yeah,
there might be other title winners, but it's not the same. It's not the same. Like, I said this a few weeks ago. I don't know if I said it on the podcast or I said it to one of my pals, but the standard of the Premier League is at an all-time low.
100%.
It's not a great Premier League. We were fooled into thinking it was so high that everyone could beat everyone. But if you look at it, it's because everyone could beat everyone that it isn't a good standard of Premier League.
That's why the Championship is like that.
Yeah,
anybody can beat anybody. No one goes, oh, the Championship's like the best league in the world. Yeah. It's not. It's good. The quality of football's not great. Also, anybody can beat anyone. Look,
I heard Emmanuel Petit on TalkSport today, and what he said, I think it was Emmanuel Petit, or it might have been the Scottish lad, Jim, whatever his name is. His name, the one who used to do transfer deadline day.
Right.
Someone will know. But he said, one of them said, if it was Liverpool or Man City in a position that Arsenal are in now, we'd be talking about trebles, potential trebles. They're top of the Champions League by a long way.
Yep.
They're top of the Premier League by a distance. They're still in the FA Cup. So why is it that no one's talking about a potential?
I mean, it's funny you
treble.
say that.
They're talking about, can they hang on?
So it's
do you know what I mean? Like last year, we were talking about Liverpool quadruples on here.
Yeah.
Every year, Man City are in this position. Trebles on here.
So I actually saw a thing before the United game of someone putting up, "Oh, Arsenal can still do the quadruple." But I was like, "Hang on, aren't most of you worried about the fact that they're going to keep slipping up games?" Liverpool 0-0, Forest 0-0, United 3-2.
They don't score enough goals.
No, they've been caught out by their set pieces. They dominated the first half of the season because their set pieces were really good and they were always scoring from them. And yes, they have got the highest. They've scored 14 goals from set pieces. I don't know if they scored any more from last night. I don't know I didn't see all of the goals. But
I think
one of them was an own goal, which I didn't think was an own goal.
No.
I mean, I might touch on that in a minute. But if you're not, you only win games, as much as I'm going to sound like Michael Owen here, you only win games by scoring more goals than the other team. If you can't score goals, you're not going to win games. Well, that's it.
They mastered the art of defending. Yep. To a certain degree. I think there's a couple question marks on yesterday's goal, a few of yesterday's goals.
Yeah.
But it can only get you to a certain point in modern football.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like we're long gone are the days of your Juventus teams that relied on their defence, or AC Milan teams that were like the Italian teams of years gone by, where the defence was the main facet that pushed them towards titles and championships.
That built them up.
But now you need to be scoring goals.
Yeah.
And they do score goals. Of course they do. They wouldn't be top if they didn't. But where's the killer instinct? I don't think they passed up many chances yesterday.
No, they were just...
The one at the end for Gyökeres was given as a foul anyway.
Yeah.
And Lamens made a good save. But I might be wrong, but I'm just running through the game in my head.
What I saw in that game, I don't recollect any moment where they... Like, at one point, everything was in Man United's half. Like, the first half, everything was in Man United's half. Mm-hmm. They were always around the box. But it's almost like...
Well, they're playing against a low block. It's If you're playing against a low block week in, week out, it's difficult. But once they get that first goal against United...
Yeah, it falls apart.
Yeah, so then... Or against anyone. If you get the first goal against a low block, what does the low block have to do? They have to step out.
Yeah.
So in stepping out, that's when great teams like Man City of recent years gone by, that great Man City teams who faced a low block every single week, like every single team. Once they got the first goal, once they got their noses ahead, and you stepped out, it was game over 90% of the time.
Yeah.
And there's just I think that's it. There's no killer instinct.
It's almost like, and I can't remember what year it was. But do you remember when Arsenal were just known for trying to walk it in the goal? That
was Arsene Wenger, and that was towards the end.
Yeah. So that's what it felt like they were trying to do last night. No one was
perfect goal.
Yeah, no one was trying to take shots from outside the box or anything like that. They were all just trying to see how close they could get before they took that shot, or just finally release the trigger. Just on that game before we move on to whatever. Can everyone who keeps saying that DODGY is the next best thing, please stop?
Oh, I'm fuming. He was in my dream team, then he was dropped, so I took him out, and then since he's come back in, he's been scoring goals.
I've seen so many things on Twitter recently that they moved him into left wing and now he's unstoppable. All right, he's not that good.
Oh, he was bought as a left back and he's been moved into left wing because he can't defend, firstly. But you have to remember as well, as much as Man United are a laughing stock for a lot of the team, a lot of the clubs in the country, they still have elite footballers in there. So Bruno
Dorgy's not one of
Fernandes.
them, though.
No. I'll get there. Bruno Fernandes is still arguably the best number 10 in England.
Yeah.
Factually. Right?
Statistically.
Luke Shaw is still probably one of the best left backs. Harry Maguire is still sought after as centre back.
Yeah.
Casemiro is still a very good DM. Kobe Mainu is one of the highest sought after midfielders.
Yeah.
Not played much this year, granted. Then you got
Ben.
Benjamin Sesko, who hasn't hit the ground running, much like Gyökeres, but his what's the word? His legacy speaks for itself. He hasn't really got a legacy because he's so young, but the accolades that he was coming to the Premier League with, and the fact that he can play at a very high level speaks for itself. Like, they have a very good team. So when you're only playing once a week, because they're out of every cup, when the last time Man United were playing once a week, well, I might be wrong, was early like 1900s.
Do you know, it probably is that far back, because they've always been in something.
Yeah, so this is all they have to do. So yes, Dorgu is playing very well. Yes, that's 2 very good results for Man United. Can they do it against the team they're expected to beat? We'll find out next week when they play Fulham.
Yeah. Because they can pull up results against, like you say, against teams that
they've been doing that for years. Even in the last 13 years since Fergie left, or however long, I think it's 13 years.
Around that.
They've always consistently pulled out these random
wins that they shouldn't be getting.
Spads of really good form against the better teams. And it's because they're not expected to win. So when they do, everyone's like, oh, Man United won.
It's just like one of those. It's like, oh, we weren't expecting it, but kind of were.
Yeah, but I do rate Dorgu, but he's not. It's very similar to like Ahmad. Ahmad's a very good player.
Yeah.
But now, if a Man United fan hears this, he might get really annoyed at me, but just listen to what I'm saying before you start getting all pissy.
I'm going to clip it before that.
He shouldn't be starting for Man United. It was the same as Garnacho. Garnacho shouldn't be starting for Man United. They're very good prospects, very good young players, but you're putting the weight of a shirt on a player that's not ready to bear that weight. Like, it's ridiculous. The expectation is so high, and that's why the likes of Højlund struggled. And whether you like him or not, Højlund will do well in football. He's doing well at Napoli now, and whether he stays there or he comes back, he will be a good footballer. And I have no doubt Ahmad will be a good footballer, and Dorgu will probably be a good footballer. But the point remains, they are too young to have this much expectation put on their shoulders. They are not Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Even when Ronaldo came, he wasn't thrust into the first team playing every week.
No, he
earned it. He earned it, and then when he didn't perform, there was a player to come in and he'd take time out to reassess. The problem that Man United have is the expectations there. So as soon as these young players don't have a good game or go for a period of bad form, there's no one capable to come in and take the shirt off them.
That's it. Like, there's
kids teaching kids.
Yeah. Blind leading the blind sort of thing, isn't it? It's I don't think Bruno Fernandes is a good enough captain for that.
I think you hate on Bruno Fernandes.
I do hate on it.
It depends on what for years gone by, I would have agreed with you, thinking, oh, he doesn't lead the team, he's moaning all the time, he needs to concentrate on his football, blah, blah, blah. But it's very easy to get into your mind and think about what a captain should be. Yeah. And a captain should be, and we 90% of the time, especially English watching football fans, will think of someone like Gerrard, John Terry, lead by example.
Yeah.
There are different types of leaders. Alan Shearer led a Newcastle team by scoring goals. Harry Kane led a Tottenham team by scoring goals.
Yeah.
As much as he's not been the best captain we've had, Jared Bowen is leading the West Ham team by performing.
Yeah, he's your top performer.
So you don't need necessarily to have there's different types of captains. You got your John Terrys who will stick their head into a fire pit to get to the ball first. You got captains like Kevin De Bruyne that can pull a pass out of nothing.
Nowhere. Yeah.
You've got keepers like Jordan Pickford who could be a very good captain by shouting and screaming at the team about what
Everyone
he wants.
Can hear him.
But then equally, you have captains like Bruno, that the expectation is so high that when he doesn't go wrong, might not articulate it the right way, but when he performs, he performs.
Yeah. But our prime example for this, And it just every Manchester United game I watch, because I don't watch them a lot, but every game I ever seem to watch of him, he is doing something that as a captain you should not be doing. Last night, what was it? I don't know, it must have been about 10,
What
15.
shouldn't the captain be doing?
Letting your head drop.
I do all the time.
We're amateur footballers, it's different.
Yeah.
But what I mean is, you are a captain, and a captain of Manchester United. Like, you should be one of the, like, a captain that everybody wants as their captain. Last night, a pass didn't go to him.
Mm.
Instead of fighting to get that ball back, he allowed the person who passed it, who was further away, to try and come and get it. He just stopped.
It's
and
very,
then he moaned.
It's very easy to be hypercritical of someone you don't like.
It is, yeah. But he's also on a lot of fucking money. Sorry, mate.
Yeah.
I chase after the ball if I lose it, and I don't get paid fucking nothing.
Yeah, but that's because of your desire to please.
I just like having the ball.
Like, I think you're a bit harsh on Bruno, to be honest.
I
don't think he wouldn't be my type of captain, but you need to give credit where credit's due.
I'm not saying that he's always bad.
Captains.
I'm not saying that he's always a bad captain.
Yes, you are. You're telling me he's awful.
No. What I said was, don't clip that. What I said is that I see so many examples of why he's a bad captain. I'm not saying that he's always a bad captain.
You must see examples why he's a good captain.
No, because I don't watch enough of Manchester United to see that.
He's brilliant against Man City last week.
I didn't watch that game.
Yeah, well, you need to watch football. We have a football podcast.
Yeah, no, but
we have a channel that sometimes talks about football.
We sometimes just go on rants.
Last week we'll talk about, because we didn't prep nothing.
No.
It was an impromptu. Liverpool are now 6th. Chelsea and United have gone above them with their wins. Liverpool.
When's Arnie going?
I don't know. Well, they've already sounded out Xabi Alonso. So I think
that would be great for them.
I think, in reality, I think the Liverpool board will probably write off the season, let Slot have his time, not give him any more money, and then get rid of him in the summer and give Alonso the full season. Because until Champions League is unattainable, the board will leave it. Man United did it for years. They left it and they left it and left it. Like, I think it was Van Gaal was in charge, and they knew they wanted Mourinho.
Yeah.
But they let it keep drifting and drifting until it was unattainable. Yeah. I think they won the FA Cup that year and might have even got Champions League. I don't know, off the top of my head. But it's exactly the same thing. All clubs do it because financially they can pay for it by the revenue they'd get from qualifying for the Champions League. I don't really know why they do it, because you're writing off a whole season when realistically, if there was, I don't want to say they're not ambitious, but if they, for want of a better word, ambitious enough, they see Arsenal and City aren't really flying.
No. You could bounce back.
Yeah, it's a risk and reward type of thing. It's like, do you roll the dice and give a new manager the opportunity that potentially could go horrifically wrong, and then you have to then get rid of another manager, or you stick with one that's already had them for a season, bought in his players, let him ride out the rest of the season, and then reevaluate in the summer.
It's probably cheaper as well, isn't it?
I imagine so.
Because I imagine, like, once you're further into your contract, it's cheaper to buy you out your contract.
Logic dictates that. Like So I think actually they have a lot of them. The agents will interject like a release clause or a sacking clause of some kind.
I mean, I think bringing in Xabi Alonso for Liverpool would be great. I think he'd do amazing there.
Based off of what?
I think he's a good player. Yeah, I know he's a manager now, but I just think
a good player. He's a terrible manager, though.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, there is that. But it's different. It's Spanish, isn't it?
Okay.
I just think he might bring a bit
just
of
like
excitement.
Xabi Alonso, right?
I do, yeah.
Great
captain.
Before his ill-fated stint at Real Madrid, when he was at Bayer Leverkusen, the football they played that season, because we played him in the Europa League, and we were nearly the only team prior to the final to beat them.
Yeah. But
they scored late on against us in the second leg.
He went on that run, didn't he?
Yeah, they went the whole season unbeaten until the Europa League final.
I knew there's a reason I liked him.
And they lost to Atlanta. But one thing that gets overlooked in that, they relied on late goals so often that season. Like, I'm talking late goals.
97.
Yeah, so I think obviously a lot will go off for his attention to detail and fitness, but it's already set in motion. Two of his best players are already at Liverpool in Frimpong and Wirtz.
Yeah. Wow. Maybe not. I'll take it back. They're his best players.
Two of his best players. That season they were phenomenal.
At Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah, but they won the Bundesliga as well.
Yeah,
and that was a Harry Kane Bundesliga.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. On that as well, have you seen all the hate that Harry Kane got for not scoring a goal?
When?
What was the game they just lost?
They lost the game.
Yeah.
They're pissing the league down. Have you seen his stats this year? If he carries us into the World Cup, we're going to win it all. By the way, we're going to do watch-alongs in the summer for the World Cup.
Yes,
so
we are.
Although you probably have other things to do and other people to watch, we'll be here anyway. So
we're watching the game.
Yeah.
You can come and watch it with us.
Yeah.
And you can hate or love it. Don't care. No, but so Harry Kane just played a game, and the fans of that other club have just slated him, saying that like he's useless and all that.
Oh, really?
I'm like, have you seen him?
Other club. So he is in all. Let me see, in all competitions. Go on, sorry, Karen. Keep talking.
I can't remember the team that they played against. But then, like, all the comments underneath this were like, "Oh yeah, it's because he's overrated. He's not that good." I'm like, who are you watching?
He's not overrated.
Who are you watching?
I hate Harry Kane because he played for Tottenham. I'm not a massive fan of Harry Kane, but that's because he was so effective. He has got 34 goals and 30 appearances this season, and yes, he's playing for Bayern Munich, but that's 7 and 7 in the Champions League as well.
Sorry, but yeah, you can't hate him. You can't call him overrated.
You can't, like
he's not overrated.
No,
he's perfectly rated.
If we win the World Cup, he will go down, and should go down as England's greatest ever striker.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's a bold statement. That's not me saying he's the best footballer England's have.
No,
but the best striker.
No, you like Bellingham, don't you?
Yeah, love him. How's he doing these days?
I actually don't know.
No, I
haven't heard anything about him.
Anyone know? Judy.
Benchwarmer.
It'll be interesting when we do watch-alongs in the summer, because we'll do what I'm aiming to do. So we'll give you a little bit of a precursor to this. I haven't actually told you either. So
good.
So we have I think it's 8 and 9 and a 10 o'clock kickoff in the group stages.
Yes, we have discussed that.
So we'll doing 2 at mine, 2 at yours, and then one here. So
we'll do the 8 o'clock here.
Yep.
And then we'll do the 9 and 10 o'clock at mine, just because of timings.
What we'll do is we'll go live maybe 45 minutes before, so we can talk about lineups, predictions, and just chat a bit.
Previous sort of.
Yep.
Yeah, that works.
And yeah, I'll be interested to see what Tuchel does and who he. Well,
he's great at
competition football.
Competition football, isn't he?
Yeah. So the key is who's he starting in that 10. Because that's what I got onto this, because we talk about Jude, and my personal opinion of him aside, Tuchel doesn't seem to like him.
No, there's something there that he doesn't like, whether it's attitude, whether it's because
I think it's just what he wants from his player. Yeah, like he wants different things, and I think
he wants a more effective number 10. And I know people are going to hate me for that.
It's not even that. I think he likes players to do specific roles. Yeah. Whereas Jude, I've said this before, he likes to do a mixture of a 10, an 8 and a 6. He wants to be involved in everything, every facet of the game. And I've just said facet twice. And I think that leaves, again, this is factual, this isn't my personal opinion. When you have a player that is a bit rogue and likes to do a bit of everything, it leaves holes. So you have to sacrifice another player to cover those holes. So if you play Bellingham, let's say you play him with Rice.
Rice has to cover him.
Rice has to sacrifice some of his game to cover the holes that Bellingham potentially leaves against the better teams.
Which makes a lot of sense as to why managers like Pep Guardiola don't like having players to have that free roam.
Exactly.
And I mean, as much as they're not doing great now, they are successful. And it's because of that way. This
is why football's changed so much, because now you can't have
free roaming players.
Yeah, you can't have. I'm trying to think of a manager that. Well, the perfect example. This is why Ranieri at Leicester was such a perfect mix when they won the league, because they had Mahrez, they had Jamie Vardy, they had Drinkwater, Kante. Kante would just do the dog work for everyone.
Yeah,
Mahrez would be able to beat anyone in the final third, and Ranieri was the perfect manager for them players.
Yeah,
like he gave them the license to go out and do what you want, play with freedom. And because the Premier League was in such a tumultuous position where teams were going through massive change, it was the perfect storm and the perfect remedy. If that happened now, a team like that with a lot of free spirits and a free spirited manager, they would get screwed.
Yes,
they might win a few games, but they'd lose a hell of a lot more.
Yeah.
And
that's not just football. It'd look great, but it wouldn't be.
Another one, Leeds with Bielsa with his murder ball.
Oh god.
Worked for a period of time, and it was great to watch.
Yeah.
But it's unsustainable because teams work it out, because everything now is all about statistics and how far you run and how much ground you cover. It's not about technical ability alone.
Yep. 100%.
And on that note, let's go to the pub.
Let's do it. Right. Thank you all for watching along.
Like and subscribe, please.
Absolutely. Comment, ring that bell, and we will see you when we next do these.
Hopefully next week, but
Hopefully.
it might not be next week.
We'll see what happens.
Peace and love. On to the next one. Stay
Peace.
safe and drink water.